Hi Pisces, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. I am Nicole. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing to the channel as you've done, donating, and private readings that have been booked with me as well. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Pisces, this is going to be your September 2023 reading. I know I'm a little late getting this out. I wanted to have it out sooner than this, but it's just been... that's just the way it is sometimes, right? So this will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus cross watcher. If that is you, please discern the messages accordingly. Notice the background here is a little bit different. I'm making some changes, so bear with me as I sit on the floor. Pisces, I was meditating prior to opening up the reading. Very interesting energy, and I like the lightheartedness, and we'll see how the cards fall. But I heard fishes, kisses, and well wishes. There feels like a lot of celebratory energy. Another thing that I heard was piss on this. So it's kind of like you may just be at a point where you're kind of done playing small with certain things, where you're just looking at, like, you know, if it doesn't work for me, I'm over it, I don't care, I'm moving on, I'm moving forward. Kind of like expanding your wings, flying, just taking that leap, not having a whole lot of cares about what's going on around you, but it's an awareness of trying to move forward, just trying to get out of maybe some stuck and stagnant energy as we move forward. So we'll see how this plays out for you guys and what it is that you need to know. So, but it feels like Four of Wands kind of energy to me. Like you're trying to get to your Four of Wands. So, and in mind's eye, the Three of Wands pops up, and they're telling me that you've been there for a long time of just kind of waiting, waiting to make movement, waiting to, you know, for your ships to come in, for things to start to change. And I feel like you're trying to be a catalyst in your own forward momentum at this time. So let's see for Pisces, please, Spirit. Worth and receive comes out on the bottom. Spirit's already talking about an inheritance, so you may be owed money. Something may be getting ready to come to you. You maybe have been waiting on something contractual for the last 3 weeks or so, is what they're also giving me. So I do think that if that's the case for you, Pisces, it's coming in. Period of slowdown, right, in the past energy there. It may have just felt like, you, again, talking about that stagnancy, you weren't making any movement, tired of being in this space. But I will say also be careful. And there's that abundance card I just said about the money, right? And it doesn't have to be money. Our abundance is also just being free to express ourselves, being thankful and grateful for the things that we have, whether it's our family, our home, our pets, you know, whatever it might be for you. But that abundance, knowing that you are abundant, and it's time to finally move into that space where things are a little lighter, you feel a little freer in everything that is that you're doing. But the slowdown, the stagnancy had to occur because you were meant to learn certain things, and patience. Spirit is saying patience and learning not to run on empty. So if you were pushing yourself all the time, and you were exhausting yourself to the, you know, it's like the gas tank, you were on E. It was time to refuel you, whether this was, you know, mind, body, spirit, however. Taking care of your health. Health has been a big thing this series of readings. Mercury retrograde, thank you. So it's like you couldn't run on E for a prolonged period of time. So it was like you took the time, needed to take the time to rest, and now you're ready to make some forward movement. Spirit is also saying, for those of you, some of you are on that precipice of stepping into, there's that four on the timer, that precipice of starting to make abundant things happen. So it's like you're coming out of that period of slowdown as well. For Pisces, what is to come for Pisces, please, Spirit? Break free. I would say, if it's a fresh start, I love this for you, Pisces. I will say this to you, this breaking free, it is like with this abundance coming in. So if this is tied to money, to funds, right? This one thing could be something that you have waited on for quite some time, that is going to allow you to finally make movement in various areas of life. And they're talking about a home. So this could be maybe home repairs. This could be actually making a move, getting things accomplished from the home space, or things pertaining to your home life that finally are not going to hold you back. Like you can finally get the wheels in motion to move forward. Mercury retrograde, I will just throw this out there, as we have 7 planets in retrograde right now. If you're signing contracts or things from the signing contracts or anything like that, moving forward for the next couple of weeks, I would just pay extra careful attention. Don't live by the fact that, yes, we're in Mercury retrograde and shit can get wonky. But it just means that you need to reread, right? Review every single thing that's coming in front of you. I do feel like for most of you, though, if you have had to sign contracts or make commitments and things to that nature, this happened prior to Mercury retrograde. So this is just now like things are coming to fruition or getting ready to come to fruition so that you can break the bonds, right? Break the chains that have held you back. Know that, know this journey's not been easy, but you're making forward movement. Be brave, be bold, be real, be everything that you need, and trust that, you're moving forward in a positive direction. So, Pisces. I almost said Aries. You might be dealing with an Aries. Some of this, Spirit is also saying, may have started to come into like a culmination of ideas or thoughts or whatever happened may have happened around Aries season. So, all right, let's grab some mantra cards to see how they tie in with this for you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're interested in personal readings, that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. And you can check me out at holisticallyzenwv.com for a full list of products and services. So, all right, liberating love. I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. So that slowdown could have just been, again, a point of reflection for you guys that you are valuable. And, I seen that worth whenever I started to shuffle the other deck. That you are worthy of getting what it is that you need to receive, or what it is that has been planned out for you, for generations of the past, right? What is meant for you will always come to you. But it's also a recognition within you that you're not that you're entitled, but it's your God-given birthright, right? 7:07 on the clock. It is your God-given birthright to attract the things that are meant for you. It's also understanding that you are worthy of that, and being comfortable in a space of receiving everything that is meant for you, and not questioning, not questioning whether or not you're deserving of that fulfillment. So, and that it's like, what goes around comes around is what they're giving me. So it's, what you put out there is what you get back. And I think there's an understanding of that. I think another sign had something similar to that, what we give out, if it's negative energy, we're going to get that negative in return. If it's positive, we're going to get that positive energy in return. And then unraveling codependency, only I have to feel good about my choices. And part of this breaking free for some of you could be recognizing your own value, your own worth to move you forward. When we are codependent on other things or other people, we lose our own personal and unique value, right? Because we tie who we are, what we are, and what we're able to achieve to another person. So recognizing what lives within you, what it is that you're capable of without the validation of another person or another situation. And I'm sorry if you hear the background noise. The cat this whole week in the morning has been insane. He's like running through the house. But you only have to be happy and be at peace with the choices that you're making, and to be able to step into unraveling codependency is a space to break free from. And I'll read a little bit of this. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy. It isn't but it is very necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. So, it's like recognizing who it is that you are, what it is that, is important to you, and allowing that to shine through rather than being caught in a way of what others feel is necessary for you. So it's kind of like, it's almost like you're taking your power back, you're taking your control back of your life. But I will say for some of you, you may have somebody kind of abutting what it is that you're doing. Like they're meeting you right there and going, no, we don't do this way. Like really pushing your values and your points and your choices. Kind of like in Spirit is giving me to somebody maybe throwing that back in your face. That, well, what about me? Like this me energy. So be careful of the people that are attached to you at this time. And, you have to be brave, and you have to be bold and daring when it comes to saying, no, this this isn't what it is, and I'm sorry if that upsets you, but this doesn't work for me, you know, so don't be afraid to step into what feels right for you, always. All right, so let's see. This cat. So he sounds like he's tearing the whole damn house down. All right, yeah, and I said about contracts earlier, right there it is. I think that when you got into whatever the situation may be, it sounded promising and fulfilling, whatever that might have been. But, and that was an abundance card. Cornucopia is like an abundance card. Same thing as this one. And right behind, these cards, you can't make this up, guys. Rest and rejuvenation was that slowdown. And then that contract that I talked about. Some of you, I hate to say this, but this is what it is. For some of you, you may have been waiting on a job or financial situation to allow you to get up and move away from a toxic and codependent situation. I'm getting like a couple of you, could be college students or something like that, waiting for funding. You know, you may have moved away from home, maybe from a toxic environment, that now you're off at school, on campus, doing your own thing, you know, asserting yourself in your own world and deciding where it is that you're going. For others of you, I feel there's a handful of you as well that, whether it's like a divorce proceeding almost, like you had to get yourself stable enough to be able to leave a situation. So just waiting for maybe a job to come to fruition, a promotion to come in so that the funds and things would balance out. Or for some of you too, I'm just hearing that, understanding that you are not tied to this contract regardless. Like you're doing what you have to do for you, and that contract, you know, you fulfill your obligations to the best of your ability, and sometimes they don't work out, right? So I would just be mindful of that as well. All right, yeah, that second chakra, that is our sacral chakra. That is where our desire, our external desires stem from. It's what we, you know, what we create out into the external world. There's so many various areas. It is also ruling of our sexual drive and things like that. But I also feel like the creativity when that slowdown was like, I don't know how to get to where it is that I want to go. I don't know how to create this new world for myself. I just feel burnt out. And that's really how that comes across to me. And that 9 is always very independent energy for me. I'm going to take that card. Door to personal healing and happiness. That 9 is that independent energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, Pisces. I love it. Door to personal healing and happiness. Peace. Peace, happiness, abundance. It lays right underneath the abundance card. That there's, as you open up these doors, as you're opening up this new chapter to your life, the growth and the abundance that's coming in with it is going to be like tenfold. Like it's showing you the luck and prosperity are on your side, that there's a beautiful life on the other side of what it is that you've endured, you know, recently. So just stay steadfast in what it is that you're doing. Strategy. I feel like whomever you're dealing with, because this breaking free, there could be some guilt, as I say, guilt tripping. There's the heart chakra and anxiety. And then there's the journey where she's leaving. She's packing up her bags, the broken heart, right? She's packing up her bags and she's leaving. That strategy in the reverse is maybe you haven't thought through, if you're leaving a toxic situation, 1331 endings, right? So, if you are leaving a toxic situation, maybe you're not sure how to plan accordingly, or maybe someone else around you did not see this coming. So, you know, you think about it, if you like empty threats, right? Like, I'm going to go, and you stay for 5 years, and then all of a sudden one day you're just like, I've had enough and I'm gone. They didn't take your word, right? They didn't believe that you would get up and go. So this is kind of like that same energy, and, you know, place it how it fits in your world, of course. But this is like some guilt trips of trying to unravel how you planned, or the way you thought that this was going to happen for yourself, or how you were going to make your grand exit. So, you know, somebody may be trying to throw wrenches into your plans, or just giving you a difficult time, and it's making you feel like the plans that you have made internally, and with spirit, are being a little, you know, manipulated. They're being put on hold somehow. Know that there's other choices, and spirit has given me the number 3. So you have many options to find a way to work through this, to move forward. So don't let naysayers, right, get in your way of doing what is best for you. So this second chakra. All right. Oops. The Seven of Wands. So defensive energy. I feel like you had to defend your boundaries. You had to put yourself like up, kind of like tucked up and away for a little while with this slow down. Is like, no, I can't do this. There could have been some conflict, some fighting. I do feel like with the Seven of Wands specifically, that this was coming in from the outside world into your world. So you could have just been feeling like almost to a state of depression, perhaps, that it's just like, please just let me be, give me time, give me space, let me just breathe, just let me alone. For some of you, I could see you kind of going into a room and locking the door and going, I just need 10 minutes to myself. So really needing that period of the whole world had to stop so that you could gather your thoughts, gather what it was that you needed to do to move forward. And I think at that point too, if you were dealing with somebody else, that became an awareness, a tower kind of moment of something is changing, something is not the same as it's been. For you also, a tower moment of realization that things were going to have to be, shaken out, shaken down, so that change could occur. Ace of Pentacles, there's that new beginning, that fresh start that we've seen, right? Something of an offer coming in. And again, I said earlier, if you were waiting on money, a promotion, a job, something to that effect, you knew you had to hold your ground, stand your boundaries too. And even when it comes to work, if you're working, you had to put in this full-fledged effort of like, no, I know my value, I know my worth, I deserve this promotion, I deserve this raise, I'm deserving of a reciprocation of the work that I've put in for a prolonged period of time. I've done the work, right? And this could even be on a spiritual level. I've done the work. The Three of Swords. Again, somebody else, Pisces, not seeing your value and your worth and making you question what it is that you are worthy of as well. The Three of Swords talks about heartbreak and pain of the past. And in this slowdown, as you were reevaluating things, this could have also been a recognition of the pain, of the hurt, and understanding, realizing how much sat within a particular situation for you. And now, healing that, right? The need to heal that energy. So this word of personal healing and happiness, you're putting the work in, Pisces, that Eight of Pentacles. Researching, learning, studying. Again, for some of you, if you're, gone off to college or whatever, learning it, you're learning how to do life differently. You're strategizing, you're working on it, you're planning through any situation. So no matter where you are in life, whether it's a new skill set, a new job, starting off in school, whatever it is, you're starting to really dedicate yourself to what it is that makes you feel good, what it is that's, bringing peace to your heart, bringing peace to your mind, and putting in the effort to make that happen. So let's see what else comes out. Yeah, the time of rest is over for you guys. That Four of Swords in the reverse is, it's like go time. It's time to get moving. Time to, put your efforts and your plans into action. And there comes the Knight of Wands. He's driven, he's determined, he's ready to go. Can be, so make note, can be a little impulsive. Don't do any impulsive buying and spending and that kind of thing at this time. Because there will be other challenges. As you're starting through this awakening phase, Pisces, you're going to see other challenges are coming up for you. So with that, don't dry yourself out before you get started either. So just take your time, relish in what it is that you have, be thankful, express gratitude, because it is going to bring additional opportunities up for you. It's just going to take time. So don't push it past where it needs to be at any given point, okay? This strategy in the reverse, the Star in the reverse position. Six of Swords. If it doesn't make you happy, you are leaving. If it does not fulfill you, you are leaving. And what this strategy is, again, I feel like someone thinks that you are leaving. And that Page of Wands, I always say it, he's never my favorite guy, or never my favorite page in the tarot deck for some reason. He just seems manipulative. I flip over the deck and there's that Seven of Swords. I talked about that guilt trip, right? Same kind of energy with this is like, you can't get up and leave, and you are recognizing that there are vast new opportunities on the other side of that for you. But this Page of Wands with the Seven of Swords to me is manipulating, right? Like, what can I do to keep you here? What can I offer you? Do you see me for who I am? Like, I need you to be here. And they are probably going to create some challenges for you when it comes to the work that you've put in, because when you start to step into power and express your boundaries for you, the people that didn't respect you to begin with, they're not going to be okay with your boundaries. They're going to be more pissed off than anybody else. And, you know, I go back to what I heard in the beginning, piss on this, like, I'm done with this. That's how this feels to me. And it's like they may come back in with what may feel like some kind of genuine apology or something to that effect, but no, it's only because they're not getting their way on something. So you're being asked, you know, like, I feel like they're trying to hold that grip, you know, you're trying to break free, and they're holding that grip on you, or they're trying to pull the chains and the reins of how it is you're navigating. I think you're going to stand your ground with this energy. So let me see here. So Pisces, I think you're going to take what is rightfully yours and go, and I think that it's going to make you feel guilty. You know, that water energy is like, you know, you hate to be that way, you hate to communicate that way, you hate to put it into words that way with that Five of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Five of Cups, but you also recognize that there is a time of change needs to occur. The communication may be off, they may be trying to twist your words at this time, or saying that your words don't match your actions, that kind of thing. You know, maybe you felt like, there it is, the Eight of Cups pops out. You know, the Sun, Two of Cups, moving on, you're pushing past anybody and anything that created massive burdens for you, and you're moving into groups and situations of people that are loving and supportive. You're coming into new union, you're doing more healing. When you look there at the medical sign, I can't ever remember what it's called, and then the Sun card, it's the most beautiful card in the deck. It's illuminating, it's prosperous, it's bountiful at the end of the day. You're reaping the rewards of the work you've put in. But I think at the end of the day, Pisces, you are going to get up and walk away from a situation that has created more burdens for you than they were ever necessary. So I like this for you. I do feel like you're finally asserting yourself. You're making forward movement. You know that with the light comes the dark, that you're going to be met with some other challenges along the way. But you're working to get to your Nine of Cups, right? That's where you're heading. It's what you want to do. It's what you need to do for yourself and where you need to be. So keep moving forward, Pisces. All right, couple of cards for advice for Pisces, please, Spirit. All right. I'll go ahead and take all three of them. What the heck? This To the Celestial Mountain, I think, has come out a couple of times during the September readings, but we'll read them all. Ivory Swan Goddess. The Ivory Swan Goddess affirms your spiritual grace and purity. The purity of your inner light never fades and cannot be tainted. Release stories of guilt, shame, judgment, or fear that you are not enough in any way, so that you may realize your divine beauty. Be more of yourself and shine your loving divine light in the world. Said it earlier, right? So there you go. Repetition 23 on the clock. To the Celestial Mountain, you have the ability to invoke divine power, to call to the Celestial Mountain so that you might be gifted with the spiritual energy you need to attain your goals. Permitting beings that love you unconditionally to help you is an expression of spiritual empowerment. You empower the divine forces that can assist you to come to your aid and help you manifest your visions. So again, there's that abundance energy, recognizing what it is that you want, that Eight of Pentacles, willing to put in the work to get there. And then sound the fierce flute. Discernment empowers you to make choices that are aligned with your intentions. Like a fierce sounding flute cutting through all vibrations with purity and intent, your discernment allows you to stay true to your values without getting caught up in distraction. Pause there. Again, this person may be trying to unravel all the strategizing that you've done for how you're going to move forward. They will create a distraction. They will create a farce for you to stay stuck with them. I don't think you're going to let that happen. So to grow spiritually through love, joy, peace, and abundance, make high vibrational choices that feel good to you. It's completely redundant of everything that I just said right there for you guys. So I really feel like the Kuan Yin deck totally summarized everything I just said for you all. Beautiful reading though, Pisces, like to find that self-empowerment and to make that forward progress. Don't let other people take you off course. Like, you just keep pushing through, you keep navigating and doing it with the purest of intentions. You can't go wrong. You're gonna have conflicts and things that are gonna pop up and people that aren't going to agree with you, but when you decide to be you, not everybody is going to agree, especially the ones that were taking advantage of you not having those boundaries. They're going to be the first ones to be offended. So if that's how they feel, That's a them problem. That's not a you problem, okay? Pisces, if you found this video resonated for you, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, personal reading information is found in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. And then holisticallyzenwv.com for a full list of products and services. One of these days I'm going to get a video up that has, you know, a little tour of everything I do behind the scenes. So I'm wishing you guys the best September. Enjoy your month and take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.